see it with the stock market, where the stock market's at 24,000, and we went through the worst attack we've ever had in our country. This is really the worst attack we've ever had. This is worse than Pearl Harbor. This is worse than the World Trade Center. There's never been an attack like this. And it should have never happened. Could have been stopped at the source. Could have been stopped in China.
And that last bit right there is part of what's become the president's daily diversion to China, as he correctly was lamenting the damage piling up in this country. And a reminder, we're 6 months out from the presidential election. New Monmouth University poll from my home county in the great state of New Jersey shows more people would prefer that person nationally to be Joe Biden than Donald Trump. 50 to 41%. Still with us, James Carville and Eugene Robinson. And James, I want to ask about your side and the notion of punching back. Should the Biden campaign be holding a daily or thrice weekly, call it a resistance briefing, call it a medical briefing? We haven't heard from the task force in over a week as it is. On days when the president suggests maybe injecting disinfectant or inserting UV light where the sun normally don't shine, should there be some reaction? Should the Biden group be putting out ads as biting as the Lincoln group, a bunch of lapsed Republicans?
Well, first of all, I wrote a piece on NBC Think they ought to act like a pirate ship. And let me tell you, the Lincoln group and the Bulwark, these never Trump Republicans, the Democrats could learn a lot from them. They're mean. They fight hard. And we don't fight like that. We don't fight like that. The way that you run a presidential campaign is you're a pirate ship. You're always calculating. You're always taking wind speed and direction. You seize and you loot and you burn. And that's just the way it is. And they're ineffective. They're just riding low in the water. They're all fat. They're all rich. They're all scamming. They're all making money. And my advice is get ready and hit them, and then hit them again. Because it don't matter. If the Dow was 35,000, he's not going to win. He wasn't going to win when unemployment was 3.5%. He's certainly not going to win now. But the idea is not just to beat him. It is to end the scourge of Trumpism in this country forever. And we can do that. It's within our grasp right now. Right now, they're just fleecing this thing. All they're trying to do is make money right now. They know what's going on. Everybody knows what's happening in this country.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.